Hello everyone, all of you welcome to Saraswati Academy. Today we are going to study some of the theorems. As all of you know that we have started chapter first of Maths 2. We have completed 1.1 exercise. But before starting 1.2, we are going to study some theorems. Okay. So here I have written one theorem, that is the basic proportionality theorem. Today we are going to study three theorems. Those are that is basic proportionality theorem, then the angle bisector theorem, and the third theorem is the parallel lines and their transversal. Okay. So now first of all, the first theorem which we are going to study, that is the basic proportionality theorem. This theorem, in short, it is also called as a BPT theorem. Okay. So now we'll go through the statement which I have written on the board. So the statement is that is, if a line parallel to a side of a triangle intersects the remaining sides in two distinct points, then the line divides the sides in the same proportion. Okay. So what is given, first of all, we will try to understand the statement. That is, if a line parallel to a side of a triangle. See, you can see the diagram which I have drawn. So I have drawn the triangle ABC. Okay. And to this triangle, in this triangle, we are able to see that there is one parallel line, that is the line L parallel to the side BC. Okay, so for the first line which I have written, that is, if a line parallel to a side of a triangle. So line L is parallel to the side of a triangle, that is the side BC. Okay, then it intersects the remaining sides in two distinct points. So this line L, which is parallel to side BC, this line L, it intersects the two sides of the triangle, that is AB and AC, at two distinct points, that is P and Q. Okay. Then what will happen? Then the line divides the sides in the same proportion. So this line L, it will divide the two sides of the triangle in the same proportion. Okay. So we have to prove that the line L divides the two sides in the same proportion. Okay. So we have to prove this. Now we will write the given. Okay. First of all, we will write given. Now what is given in the triangle? It is given that line L is parallel to side BC. Okay. The first thing which is given, that is line L is parallel to side BC. Second thing, that is the line L intersect sides AB and AC at two distinct points, Which are those points? That is P and Q respectively. Okay, P and Q respectively. This is our given. Now what is to prove? To prove that the line parallel, that is the line L, divides the two sides in the same proportion. Okay. So we have to prove that AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. Okay. We have to prove this. Now one more thing we have done, if you have observe the diagram or the triangle which I have drawn, in that diagram I have drawn two dotted lines, that is PC and BQ. So this is our construction. Okay. So what is this? This is our construction, and we will write in the construction, that is join PC and BQ. Okay. Now what we will do? We will write the proof. Now while writing the proof, see, first of all you have to study the diagram properly. You have to understand the theorem. You should keep in mind that is what we have to prove, and according to that we have to go. Okay, so in this theorem what we are going to do, first of all we are going to take these two triangles, that is first triangle is APQ and triangle PBQ. Okay, this one pair we are going to take, and second time we are going to take these two other triangles, that is triangle APQ and triangle PQC. Okay, so first of all, first we'll take which triangle, that is triangle PQB and PBQ. In these two triangles we are able to see that there is a common vertex Q. Okay, in triangle APQ and triangle PBQ there is a common vertex Q. Okay, and due to this common vertex, if we draw the height from point Q, what will happen? See now, I just draw it. So if we draw this height, okay, from point Q, okay, what we are able to see that for the triangle APQ the height is which I have drawn, okay, and second triangle is that is PBQ. For this triangle also the height is same. So as there is a common vertex Q, so their heights are equal, and so we'll go towards the statement. Which statement? That is, if the heights are same, then their areas are proportional to their corresponding bases. Okay, so we'll write this, that is triangle APQ and triangle PBQ have common vertex, which vertex is common, that is Q. Okay, and also what we are able to see, that is the AP and PB, these bases lie in same line. They lie in a same line. Okay, so therefore due to this what happens, as they lie in the same line, they have the common vertex Q. Due to this what we are able to see, that their heights are equal. Their heights are equal. Okay, and as their heights are equal, the areas are proportional to their bases. Okay, so therefore area of triangle APQ upon area of triangle PBQ is equal to proportional to their bases, means AP upon PB. Okay, in bracket we will write areas proportional to bases. Okay, and we'll number it as a number 1. Okay, now we'll take next two triangles, that is triangle APQ and triangle PQC. We'll write here, that is triangle APQ and triangle PQC have common vertex P, okay, and also their bases, that is AQ and QC lie in a same line. They lie in a same line. Okay, so therefore their heights are equal. Okay, therefore their heights are equal. See what I have written, that is they have the common vertex P. So if I try to draw the height from P, okay, what will happen? This will be the height for triangle APQ, and for PQC also the same will be the height. So their heights are equal. Okay, so now we'll write their areas, that is therefore area of triangle APQ upon area of triangle PQC equal to AQ upon QC. Okay, and in bracket we'll write the reason, that is areas proportional to bases. Okay, and we'll number it as a number 2. Okay, so we got number 1 and 2. Now in third point, what we are going to study? Now we took the pair of these two triangles first time, then we have taken a pair of these two triangles. Now we are going to take these two triangles. As we are able to see that these two triangles lie in between the two parallel lines. So their bases, that is the base PQ is common, and as these two triangles lie in between the two parallel lines, so their heights are also equal. So in these two triangles, that is triangle PBQ and triangle PQC, in these two triangles their bases and the heights both are equal, so therefore their areas are also equal. Okay, so we are going to write this now, that is triangle APQ and triangle PQC. Sorry, not APQ but ABQ. Okay, PBQ I will write. Okay, triangle PQB and triangle PQC. Okay, so in these two triangles we see that they have common base PQ, and height is also same. Okay, so therefore we got the ratio, that is area of triangle PBQ upon area of triangle PQC. So sorry, not upon, but their areas are equal. Okay, sorry. We see here that they have the common base and common height, therefore their areas will be equal. So area of triangle PBQ is equal to area of triangle PQC, and we will write it as a number 3. Okay, now from 1, 2 and 3. From 1, 2 and 3. Okay, from these three what we get, that is the APQ upon PBQ equal to APQ upon PQC. Okay, we will write it here, that is area of triangle APQ upon area of triangle PBQ is equal to area of triangle APQ upon area of triangle PQC. Okay, so from 1, 2 and 3 we got it. Therefore, I'll just write it here. Therefore, now what is the ratio of APQ upon PBQ? We see that APQ upon PBQ is equal to AP upon PB. So we'll write it here as a AP upon PB. That is equal to, now what is the ratio of APQ upon PQC? That is the ratio AQ upon QC. So we'll write it here AQ upon QC. Okay, so in this way we have proved that the line parallel, that is the line L which is parallel to side BC, it divides the remaining two sides in the same proportion. We are going to study the second theorem, that is the property of angle bisector. Okay, angle bisector of a triangle. I have written the statement, that is the bisector of an angle of a triangle divides the side opposite to the angle in the ratio of remaining sides. Okay, so as you can see that I have drawn the diagram, the triangle I have drawn, that is the ABC, and CE is the bisector of the triangle ABC. Okay, so CE is the bisector of angle C. So I have written here the bisector of an angle of a triangle. So this is the bisector CE. It divides the side opposite to the triangle. So which is the side opposite to the angle C? That is the AB. So this side AB is divided into two parts, or it is also given that the side opposite to the angle in the same ratio of the remaining sides. So this bisector CE divides the ratio AB, divides the side AB in equal proportion. Okay, so this we are going to prove. We'll write the theorem. First of all, we'll write given. Okay, what is given now? In triangle ABC. Okay, what is there in triangle ABC? We'll make the two parts. Okay, in triangle ABC what we see? That is the bisector of angle C intersects side or segment AB at point E. Okay, at point E. This is given. Okay. Now we will write that is what is to prove. To prove, we have to prove that AC upon BC is equal to AE upon EB. Okay, we have to prove this, that is the opposite to the angle in the ratio of the remaining sides. So this is the ratio. Now we have to write the construction. What we have to do in the construction, that is draw a line parallel to CE, to ray CE. Okay, parallel to ray CE. This is the first one. Second construction is, that is extend AC to meet or to intersect at point D. Okay, this is our construction. Write the proof now. Proof. Okay. So in triangle ABC. Okay. In this triangle ABC, what we are able to see, that is CE is parallel to BD. Okay, and AD is the transversal. Now, as all of you know, whenever there are the parallel lines, transversal, at that time the corresponding angles or the alternate angles, they are always congruent. Okay, so as you can see that CE is parallel to BD. Okay, and which is our transversal? AD is the transversal. So we can see here that due to this transversal, angle ACE is congruent to angle ADB, or we can also write it as a CDB. Okay, ACE is congruent to CDB. So these are the corresponding angles. So we will write here angle ACE is congruent to angle CDB. Okay, we will write the result, that is corresponding angles. And we will number it as a number 1. Okay, now what we'll do, again the two parallel lines, and we'll change the transversal now. So which are those parallel lines? That is CE parallel to BD. Okay, and which is the transversal now? BC is the transversal. Okay, BC is the transversal. Now which angles are congruent now? Angle ECB. Angle ECB is congruent to angle. See now, ECB is congruent to angle CBD. Okay, these two angles are congruent because they are the alternate angles. Okay, angle CBD. In the bracket we will write the reason, that is the alternate angles. Okay, and we will number it as a number 2. Okay, this is our number 1, this is our number 2. Okay, now as all of you know that CE is the bisector. Due to this bisector, these two angles are congruent. Which are those? Angle ACE is congruent to angle ECB. Okay, these two angles are congruent. So we will write here angle ACE is congruent to angle ECB. Okay, we can write the reason as a given because it is already given in the diagram that due to the bisector these two angles are congruent. We will number it as a 3. Okay, now from 1, 2 and 3. Okay, From 1, 2 and 3 what we get? See now what is our number 1? ACE congruent to CDB. Okay. Number 2 ECB congruent to CBD. And number 3 is ACE congruent to ECB. Means what? ECB congruent to ACE. Due to this, as these two angles are congruent, due to this our angle CDB will be congruent to angle CBD. Okay, so we will write here from 1, 2 and 3 we get, that is angle CDB is congruent to angle CBD. Okay, CDB congruent to CBD. Okay, now in triangle ADB, we can see that CE is parallel to BD. Okay, ADB in triangle ADB, what we see, CE is parallel to BD. Okay, now as all of you know that we can give the number here as a 4. In this triangle ADB, these two angles are congruent. As these two angles are congruent, which are those two angles? That is CDB. CDB means this angle and CBD means this angle. As these two angles are congruent, due to this, these two sides will be congruent. Okay, which are those two sides? That is the side CB is congruent to CD. Okay, we can write it as a side opposite to congruent angles. Side opposite to congruent angles. Okay, congruent angles. Okay, now as CE is parallel to BD, so we can write the ratio, that is the AC upon BC is equal to, see now, AC upon, not BC but CD I will write, sorry, AC upon CD is equal to AE upon BE. Okay, in bracket we will write by BPT theorem, that is the basic proportionality theorem. Okay, now as you know that what we can see here, AC upon CD is equal to AE upon BE, but CD is congruent to CB. Okay, CD is congruent to CB, so instead of CD we can write it as a CB or BC. So AC upon CB will be equal to AE upon BE. Okay, so CB is congruent to CD, we can number it as a number 5. Okay, and AC upon CB equal to AE upon BE, in bracket we can write it as a from 5. Okay, and in this way we can prove that the line which is parallel, it divides in the same ratio, that is the AC upon CB equal to AE upon BE. Okay, so these theorems are very important. It can be asked in the activity based form, or it can be a statement will be given to you. Okay, very important theorem. Okay, now we will study the next theorem, that is the theorem of the three parallel lines and their transversals. Okay, so property of three parallel lines and their transversals. See the statement which I have written, the ratio of the intercepts made on the transversals by the three parallel lines is equal to the ratio of the corresponding intercepts made on any other transversals by the same parallel lines. Okay, so as you can see here that there are the three parallel lines, that is the L, M and N. Okay, there are the two transversals, that is the T1 and T2. So what is given here? The ratio of the intercepts made on the transversals by the three parallel lines. Okay, now which are the intercepts? As you can see, T1 is the transversal, T2 is the transversal, LM and N are the parallel lines. So which are the intercepts? That is the transversal T1 intercepts at point A, okay, on line L, at point B on line M, and at point C on line N. Similarly, when T2 is the transversal, at that time it intercepts at point P on line L, point Q on line M, and point R on line N. Okay, So these are the intercepts. Now it is equal to the ratio of the corresponding intercepts made on any of the transversal by the same parallel lines. So we have to prove the ratio that is AB upon BC is equal to PQ upon QC. This is the ratio of the intercepts which are made on the three parallel lines, and their ratio is equal. This we have to prove. Okay. So now we will write the given. What is given? Okay, as we can see, that is line L parallel to line M parallel to line N. Okay, so these lines are parallel to each other. Now we will see about the transversals, that is T1 and T2 are the transversals. Okay, so transversal T1 intercepts at points A, B and C. Okay, in the same way, transversal T2 intercepts at points P, Q and R. Okay, so this is our given is I have written. Now to prove. What is to prove? That is AB upon BC equal to PQ upon QR. Okay. Now as you can see in the diagram, I have done one construction, that is I have drawn PC which intersects at point D on line Q. Okay. So this is our construction. We will write here construction, that is draw PC, okay, which intercepts at point D on line M. Okay, on line M. Okay, so we have written all the things, that is to what is given. Okay, then what we are going to prove and also the construction. Okay, now we will write the proof. Okay, now as you can see that due to this construction PC, we have formed the two triangles, that is the triangle CAP and triangle PRC or CPR. Okay, anything you can take. So we will write in triangle CAP. Okay, now in this triangle CAP, what we are able to see, that is BD is parallel to AP. Okay, what we are able to see, that is BD is parallel to AP, and due to this we can write the ratio, that is AB upon BC is equal to PD upon DC. Okay, and in bracket we will write the result, that is the basic proportionality theorem. Basic proportionality theorem. Okay, and we will give the number as a number 1. Okay, now we will take the next triangle, that is in triangle CPR. Okay, in this triangle CPR, what we are able to see, which lines are parallel, that is DQ is parallel to CR. Okay, what we are able to see in this, that is DQ is parallel to CR. Now as they are parallel, so we can write the ratio, that is PQ upon QR is equal to PD upon DC. Okay, we can write the same reason, that is by BPT. I will just write in short by BPT theorem. Okay, and I'll give the number as a number 2. Okay, so we have finished this. Now from 1 and 2, what we get from 1 and 2? From 1 and 2. From 1 and 2 we get, that is AB upon BC is equal to PD upon DC, that is equal to PQ upon QR. Okay, and therefore at the end we can write that AB upon BC is equal to PQ upon QR. Okay, in this way we have shown that due to the three parallel lines, that is L is parallel to M, M is parallel to N, and the two transversals T1 and T2, they intersect the parallel lines in the same ratio, that is AB upon BC equal to PQ upon QR.